Guru Tattva.
Today's appearance there, Srila Bhaktivinoda Goswami Maharaj, who did a lot of great service, hard work he was doing. So we can better speak about him. If they know, this is not in our hand. Yes, he came to be an advice. We met him also in India. So, this kata is not in our hand. We are not the masters. We are not can say, this kata is the master. So, and these Vaishnavas, they are more merciful on their appearance day and their disappearance day, so we should somehow glorify them. This is our duty, this is our chance, this is our service. If you not do this, it's a kind of offense. If you neglect this, you not take care of this, it is not good. If you don't know, okay, but we know, so we should not neglect. Therefore, Srila Jagannath Babaji Maharaj ordered to Srila Prabhupada when the first time met him, Vimala Prasad, we make one Vaishnava calendar, he said. For this reason, that we know on which day what is going on. Just today I was thinking, if you have no more computer, you have no idea what is our Vaishnava calendar. Who will calculate? Completely depending on these things. Before they were calculating by stars and by sun and by season and by all these things. Nowadays, just go to internet, find out what is which. So Kali Yoga is providing everything. Kali Yuga is also degrading everything. So we are so fortunate, we have so much information. We know everything, we know, we have photos, we have books, we have everything. But no consciousness, no, like Guru Maharaj said, no pranipad, no pariprashna, no seva, so no tattva jnana will come also to the disciple. Everything is there. You go to internet, go to database, have Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, everything what you want, you're searching for one verse, something you can have immediately. No need to go to any library, no need to search to books, everything you can have. But no eagerness. Before, Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta and his father, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they were going to whole India to search for scriptures. They have done this. So this is the Kali Yuga is like this. Has two sides, It is very nice, everything we can get, and the problem also, because we become like vegetables more and more. Brain is no more working, feelings are no more working, intuition is no more working, all these things come in. So how to practice in these difficult times? Bhagavatam it is said, Prayenal Payushasava Kalavasmin Yoge Janaha Manda Sumanda Mattaya Manda Bhagya Hipadruta. This is the one of the questions in the Bhagavatam. How to practice here? How to get out to benefit from everything? Because Manda Sumanda, everything is bad. Intelligence is worse than bad. Manda Sumanda Mataya, Manda Bhagya, your fortune is also very bad. And mind is also not very practical. Mind is creating disturbance, is not helping. So how to practice in these times? And the lifestyle is like this. You see, 100 years ago, how people were living, completely different. Nothing left of this. How they were cooking, how they were living, how they were going to work, how they were going to go to school, how study, how family, everything, transportation, desires, completely different. So it changed everything. Not easy now. So how to practice? There is only one sunshine in this world, this is Bhagavatam. born in Bihar, I think 1921, in one village called Tiwaripur. It's a small village near to the Ganga, maybe 2-3 kilometers from the Ganga, something like this. Small village, they're all only Brahmin, one caste in this village, only Tiwaris. They all called Tiwari, therefore it's called Tiwaripur. All are Tiwaris. Tiwaris means Ram Bhaktas. So he was born in this village, only Ram Bhaktas. All. His parents were also members of Sri Sampradaya, and he grew up with Ramacharita-manas. That was his, like mother's milk. He grew up with that. And in this village, even until today, there is no alcohol. You cannot buy any alcohol in this village. You cannot buy any cigarettes. You cannot. There's nothing sinful there. Nice village, small village. They built one temple and is near to his birthplace. And his house is there where he is born. So there he grew up with Ramchandra's katha, with Ramchandra's leela. In front of his house there was some, like a cow shed or something, but it was some, and they were meeting there always and do kirtan. There's some kirtan group doing the kirtan, like this Hindi speaking area, and mostly singing about Ramchandra. So he grew up in that environment, and every day morning, before going to school, he ran to the Ganga. That is like if you walk maybe 40 minutes or something, 35-40 minutes if you walk. So he was running as a child to Ganga, take a bath, and he was running home, took breakfast and running to school. That was his schedule. So he became a very good runner in his youth. He became a good athlete actually. He was winning some competitions also. That was his daily schedule, running to Ganga, taking a bath, running home, running to school, running back to home, like this. So he was physically actually, he was not looking so strong, but he was very strong. So when he grew up, he became policeman. He started this. So it is even said after he joined the month, he beat some people unconscious. He had such a punch. It was like this. Could not see when he was, so it was like thin, but like our Gaudiya also said, I did not feel, but some say his hand was like iron. So much service they did. So Shrimananda Goswami also. So he married also. He married and became policeman. So he started living with his family. And then one brahmachari came to the village. His name was Narottam Brahmachari. He came, he was a disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And he was very nice speaking about Gauranga and Radha Krishna. So he came to Tiwaripur and he captured the heart of him. He was fully dedicated to Rama. From family, from childhood, from his. But when he listened to his Narottam Brahmachari, then he became completely charmed by this. That was after Bhaktisiddhanta already passed away. Because he was born 21, so when he was like in his 20s, in 1940, something like this time, that Brahmachari came to preach there. And he charmed not only Sri Narayana Goswami Maharaj, also Bhakti Goswami Maharaj, he came to his preaching. He was such a nice preacher that even they forget Ram, the Mahaprabhu came like this. So then, this katha touched him so much that he gave up his job, he left his family, he left his wife, he left everything and went to join his guru's mission. His guru was Srila Bhakti Pragya Goswami Maharaj. So he left everything and he came to, by train, he came to Navadvip train station. In the middle of the night, he did not say anything to anyone. He decided, I will leave everything because this samsara is fruitless. You give all energy, you gain nothing. This is the truth if you will open your eyes and will think. So he was thinking, no, better to give my life for Mahaprabhu. So he several brahmachari, that is Bhaktivedanta Raman Goswami. He sent him and go to the station, pick up Tiwari. Just call for Tiwari. His guru told him. Nobody said anything to him. So was that Bhaktivedanta Raman Goswami Maharaj, young brahmachari at that time. He went, there was no electric light at that time, nothing. There was pitch darkness. And the train came, and then he was just shouting, Tiwari, Tiwari, Tiwari. Gurudev is calling you. That is how he was welcomed. He didn't know that, so he understood. And that was not ordinary. So he picked him up, he brought him, and he went to his Guru's lotus feet. And suddenly his life, the first moment he met him. And he told him, whatever I have affection for anyone in this world, whatever I have affection for my family, for anything, I offer to the lotus feet. I give it to you. This is a surrender. This is, and then he said, whatever you want me to do, I will do. If in your service I have to become proud, let me become proud. If for your service I have to go to hell, let me go to hell. And if you want me to dance naked on the street, I'm willing to do that. Like this, he surrendered to his Guru. First meeting like this. This is how, this is meaning of Diksha Kale, Shishya Kale, Atma Samarpana. If you give yourself, this is the meaning. No more plan, no more idea, no more conception, no more anything. Gurudeva is yours. Like this, so he became very dear disciple of his Gurudev. He, Bhama Goswami Maharaj and Trivikram Goswami Maharaj already came before, so he joined them. Start full service, everything, give his everything, and he's very intelligent, he was studying and learning. And then later on, his Gurudev gave sangas to him, I think in 1954 or something, means he was 33 years old, like this, something like this. 1954, something like this. He took sannyas, and then his Gurudev sent him to Vrindavan. Because he's a Hindi-speaking devotee. They are all Bengalis. They go to Vrindavan, they cannot preach in Hindi that fluently like he could. So he sent him to Vrindavan. And he started preaching there. He was from preaching there maybe 40 years or something. Preaching full. And he became very dear. Brajavasis loved him. And his appearance there was there. Keshavji Gaudiya Mat in Mathura. They were standing in the queue down to the street. All the Mathuravasis, Brajavasis came with some gifts, with some permission, something they want to give him to. So he was very, very beloved by them. And that is not easy to get the recognition of Brajavasis. They don't care for anyone. They're Krishna's man, Krishna's people. So he did great, great service. He translated so many books. Especially two authors were very dear to him. Especially dear. That is Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. These two was his favorite authors, and he translated many books written by these two. And which are very valuable. He studied very deeply, not superficially. He went very deep, and every word he spoke, this was Shastra. No speculation, no stories, no nothing, something he spoke, what is given by the acharyas. And he expected the same also from his disciples. Now after his Gurudev left, Srila Raman Goswami Maharaj became acharya, because he was senior, he was Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disciple. Harinam got from Srila Prabhupada, and then he became secretary. Trivikram Maharaj was also some position. They took the mission, and by his preaching, the mission really grew a lot. It was very attractive. Many brahmacharis joined. The temple was full, and he was very strict. There was, 3-4 times Harikatha every day. Everybody has to bus or rickshaw, anything, they have to walk whole from everywhere to this very hot already that time, so you have to walk. So once they have a whole day walking, and then they're going back to Kolatrik, where is the mat, Devananda Gaudiya mat. And they were already tired, so they took a bus from Yorapit to the Ghat to cross the Ganga. So then brahmacharis, they were, one bus was going to over, they jump on the roof, and India at that time, they don't care, they're all sitting somewhere. Then they listened that Gurudev is coming. They did not wait until the bus is stopping from the roof, they were jumping down. They were so afraid that he would catch them, that they would take the bus and not follow his instructions. One Mataji, she told me this story, that they were so afraid. He was very strict, very heavy. He was a policeman, so he did not spare any of this. But that is necessary. Acharya must be like that, Gurudev must be like that. He was actually not Acharya a long time. He did not take any disciples. Vamana Goswami Maharaj was the Acharya. So but later on many came and requested him. So finally he agreed to that. And after, he was also very closely related to Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. When he came, when Srila Swami Maharaj, when he was still Grihastha, his children already grew up, but his wife was not very favorable. So she had no respect for Bhagavatam. Once she gave away the Bhagavatam to buy some cookies for the tea party. That was too much for Prabhupada. So famous word, she asked, tea or me? And she jokingly said tea. So next day he was gone. He never came back. In the night time, with his one suitcase, he left his home and never went. So he went to Mathura. And he went to Keshavji Gaudiya Mat. And he did not want to take sannyas. Narayana said, no, now you take sannyas. He convinced him. He came there. Yasyam anugrinam yarishitatanam shanay tatodhyajam tatodanam tajantyasa svabhadukadukritam. In Bhagavatam it is said, if Krishna really likes you, he will take away slowly everything from you. These words Srila Narayana Maharaj said to Swami Maharaj, because he said, oh, everything finished, my business finished, my wife, I cannot tolerate, everything is gone. Srila Swami Maharaj, he tried so much to develop his business, but he failed everything. So then he quoted these words, Yasyana Vinami Harishitatanam Shani. Krishna only, his Krishna's words. When Yudhishthira Maharaj asked him, how your devotee is suffering so much? Who are worshipping the devatas, they have everything, they have wealth, they are living nicely, but your devotees, look us, Pandavas, we are fully dedicated to you, we are only suffering all life. Who will become your devotee, Krishna? Who will follow this? If you see our example, nobody will worship you. Then Krishna said this, Yasyaham anugrinami, if I favor someone, Harishit tat, I am stealing, Dhanam Shanayas. Means slowly, I steal everything from him, I take away everything. If you have nothing, who is your friend? No. Only Krishna will be. If you have money, you need some security. You have so many friends, you have to keep them out of the house. But if you have no more money, nobody cares. You exist or not exist. So that is Krishna's mercy, because one friend will remain. That is Krishna himself. So these words, Narayana Maharaj quoted to him, even he was senior, he understood he is senior, but he somehow pushed him a bit, so he took sannyas from Srila Bhakti Pragya Keshav Goswami Maharaj in 1959, together with one Muni Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Muni Maharaj, who was 90 plus years old, something. That picture is there, Prabhupada took sannyas. And Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj, he helped him to make the danda and prepared everything for that sannyas ceremony. So they were closely together. And when Srila Prabhupada started to preach, he asked him, come with me. He asked also our Gurudev, he asked also Srila Narayana Maharaj. And he told him that time, give up the happiness of your bhajan and come. He could not understand because he did very strict bhajan. He was chanting too loud. worship of Krishna is to preach, to help others. So later he understood and he came to the West in 1996. First time he came. When he requested him after Srila Prabhupada's, after he left, when he was there doing the Samadhi rites, he was helping, I think he was writing the mantra on his body, all these things he did. And then many disciples came to him and asking him questions. And they heard many things they never heard before in their life, because our philosophy is very vast and very deep. How much you can learn in 11 years? 11 years Srila Prabhupada was preaching, how much you can learn? Just one spark. So then they hear there is much more. So many books there, so many scriptures there, and he told me, so they became very attracted to him. And then some got a little afraid also of his preaching, because it was so attractive. Many came to him. So like this, he did a great service, and two things we are really indebted to him. Two things. I think here in the West, devotees are really indebted. He gave the importance of Harikatha. He stressed this, how really important to hear Harikatha. Srila Prabhupada was not stressing so much on that. Srila Prabhupada Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he stressed on chant Harinam, Harikatha also, but Srila Narayana just give more emphasis on Harikatha. But this is really, if you want to go deep in your spiritual life, never you can do without listening Harikatha. Never. Not by your own endeavor, by your own sadhana, your own chanting. You have to listen from the realized souls. You have to listen. This is absolutely necessary. Without this, you will not develop any taste for chanting. You can do mechanically, you can force your mind, okay. This but taste will not come. This Harikatha is necessary to really go deep. And you cannot understand any scripture if you don't hear. You cannot just study by reading yourself. It's not, even if you go Sanskrit and read the commentaries and many things, it will not work. So he gave so much emphasis, and he spoke very sweet and very nice also. He was a really good speaker. Our Pujabad Vishnu Maharaj, he met him also in 79 to 85, 86, they were doing Vrindavan Parikrama together. We had no temple in Vrindavan, our temple started in 91. So they were going to Gaudiya. And when Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami, he came twice to Vienna. That time we could host him in our own temple there. And Madhav Maharaj was with him. He was always cooking for him and serving him. And so after he did his service, he came to our room and told us those stories. And our Gurudev came to their mat, but our Gurudev was very strict. He did not allow anyone to touch his feet or massage his feet, but he allowed to them. His disciples did not, they were not allowed, but when he came to Keshav and all brahmacharis came to do something, so he allowed to them. So he told us we were lucky, we could do that. So they were doing parikrama together, and they went, there was Bhakti Jivanjananda Swami Maharaj, he joined that also. They were also very close. Bhaktivedanta Vamana Swami Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Swami Maharaj, our Gurudev was there. And so many who are now all acharyas, Madhav Maharaj and Mohan Maharaj, they were all brahmacharis at that time, young. Our Vishnu Maharaj was taking sannyas in 84. So they all spent the time together. And they went from place to place, and there was competition of Harikatha. Who will bring out more lesson? They were competing each other. To bring out all energy with full force, not volume, not but with power, with this force. How much you can bring out the glory of the place they were going. So they were doing like competition. Speaking, everybody was speaking on that. Our Vishnu Maharaj, he said, he never experienced this again in his life. Such bliss, kirtan, with kirtan they went, do some little kirtan, what is according to the place where you go in Brajamandal, and then explaining the glories of the place until the comes out. So they went to that Kiri, where Uddhava was speaking with the Brahma Gita, this place, so all rasa came out. And beating him like this. How do you know all these things? He says like this, with loving beating. You know? My Radha Sangha said, don't know all these things. He was like angry with him because so nice and so they had a very nice relationship. They were really, that time, no Maya. Going from place to place, just Krishna's Lila. Krishna's Kirtan, Krishna's Lila. Many brahmacharis, many sannyasis, they went from place to place. After Srila Bhakti Jivan Swami left, and all this time, Vishnu Maharaj, many years he didn't go to Vrindavan. Because one of the parikrama he skipped, because he could not tolerate it, is not on that level. You go there and something is not like so pure. He could not tolerate. So many years he did not go. He was suffering from that. His memory was so nice. So in this way they spend the time. Great souls. So Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj, he was very expert to bring out the feelings. Especially, he was on the side of Radha always. He said sometimes, joking, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he came to the West to establish that Krishna is God. But I come to establish he is not Bhagavan. Radharani, she is the boss. Like this, he was very, that was the sweet, yes. So in this way he became very attractive. Many devotees came and he had this power that who came for just one festival, after two days he was convinced, I have to go to Govinda. Was his power, his Harikatha. The people who came there, they understood, oh, we have to go to Govinda and serve under the care of the Manjari. They had no idea of anything. But when they listened from him, that goal became clear. So he had that. That is very nice actually. Goal must be fixed, no? Then okay, slowly you go, that is not a problem. But he said, if you go to the station and say, I want a ticket. You have no destination of which ticket you want to buy, so if you start bhakti, where is the destination? We have to fix that. Dhruva Maharaj's charita is there. You will get what you want, you will get. Dhruva Maharaj, he came out from the palace, want to cry, where is my Narayan, where is Narayan? But he had a desire to sit on the throne of his father, and he wanted a kingdom which is greater than his great-grandfather, greater than Brahma's kingdom. He had his desires, so he got them. And when he got his desires fulfilled, he cried. He didn't want it anymore. But Narayan blessed him. That is what you have to do. So, Stanavilashota pasistitoham tam praptaram devam indraguyam kachan vichipanna vidibharatnam swamim kritato suvaram noyache. Dhruva Maharaj was praying, I have no desire, O Swami, O my master, O Lord, I have no desire. Because he asked him, what do you want? No, I don't want anything. Stanavilashota pasistitoham, I was crazy to get some position. That was I had no desire to worship you, to please you. I worship you just for my own desires. I wanted this position of the king. Tvam praptavam devam indraguyam, but I attained you, my Lord. You are a secret, a mystery for the devatas, you are a secret for the munis. I got you, and then only in 6 months. He was thinking, other rishis, they did not 6 lives, 60,000 lives they can really use, and they're not attaining it. But I got you in 6 months. How I did do this, I don't know. So, Kachan Vichimbana Vididvaratnam. I was searching for broken glass, I got a divine. So I have no desire. But Vishnu did not say like this. No, I know. And Vishnu starts speaking to Dhruva, he said, Oh Prince, I know what is in your heart. Then Dhruva was shocked. Oh, he knows everything. Because in his heart some bad feelings for his brother were there. Some envy was there. You know how we started this. So if we start our bhajan, we have to be fixed. What we want, we will get. This is the problem. If you want nonsense, we will get nonsense. If you want some imperfect things, we will get imperfect things. This is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, if you are desiring imperfect things, you will get them. Everything is imperfect except spiritual. No? What is from the soul, what is in bhakti, what is in the Lord, everything imperfect. If you want these things, you will get. So why are you asking for this? So therefore in the beginning, you should be clear what you want. And he had that power was in him to make clear what you want. You want nothing but the service of Srimati Radha. That was his. So that was one thing we are very much indebted to him. To develop taste for Harikatha. To value, because Harikatha, these are not words. This is not just 1 hour of the program, again we have to speak something and after comes Arati Prasada. No, this knowledge you will not get anywhere. This knowledge is so valuable, it will change your life, it will make you immortal, it will let you become free from Maya. Just think, what is the power of this Harikatha? Even Krishna is attracted by this Harikatha. Mahaprabhu is attracted. They all will come and listen. So he was very, very careful that all devotees attend this Harikatha and also listen. Take it in the heart. This is most important. By this Harikatha you will get taste for bhajan. By this Harikatha you will get taste for Harikatha. Otherwise just mechanically you can do. Maybe 20 years, maybe 30 years you pull in the rope of your japa, you can do every day and control your mind, beat your mind and just about this taste. Not one tear will come. He was not like that. There's one nice video recording when he's singing last verse of Shakashami Ashtaka. He Radhe Brajadevi Ke Chilalite He Nanda Sunakuta Shri Govardhana Kalpapada Patale Kalindi Vanya Kuta Goshanta Viti Sarvato Brajapure Ke Mahavigolo Vande Rupa Sanatana Golomash. These come for the eyes, I cannot speak. As you feeling this, what is the value of this? Rupa and Sanatana and the six Goswamis, they crying through Vrindavan. Hey Radhe Brajadevi, oh where are you, Braja? Goddess of Vrindavan. Hey Radha, oh Lalita, oh Krishna, where are you? They went there. So he is feeling this. So nice. So that should come. Why are you doing all these things? This is a real wealth in life. Bhakti yoga, bhakti yoga, bhakti yoga dhan. Bhakti e Krishna naam, smarana krandan. Real wealth in life is bhakti. What is money? What is the house? What is name? What is fame? This is something, but it is not real wealth. Nothing will remain. But bhakti, that is wealth. And what is bhakti? Bhakti e Krishna naam, smarana krandan. You remember Krishna's name and you cry. This is bhakti. He was one of these distributes this bhava. We have to get some feeling. If you're chanting Krishna's name, for what we are doing? This is Krishna's name. God's personal, his own name we are chanting. So if nothing is there, then too many offenses have been made. Bhagavatam is said that Ashmasaram Vidayam Patetam Yadgriyamanai Harinam Deyai Navikredata Tatapikaro Jalane Preha Gata Bhudeshu Harsha. No tears, no hair standing on it, even no happiness to chant his name. But so much chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare, every day, how many thousand times we are chanting? Tadasmasaram Hridayam Patedam, when his heart is made of steel, cold natural steel, one rock, nothing is there. Navikreta Tayata Vikaro, no change of heart. We just chanting every day. This is not the bhajan. After 20 years, still doing some like this is not the bhajan. So to go deep, we have to hear Harikatha. From those who cry for Krishna, we have to hear. No way. He gave this emphasis. You hear Harikatha. Here, especially this Amrila Katha. Otherwise we cannot cross this worldly thinking and this worldliness and this maya. There is no way. Only if you study tattva, you will not get taste. Have to get some nice sleep. So he was very expert, and he trained also his disciples, and he pushed them to give some lila tata to the world. This is necessary. Otherwise we will not cross this ocean of birth and death. Bhagavatam says only lila tata is the boat to cross this ocean of birth and death. Lila tata nishevita mantarena. Only by put it inside your heart. Let it inside your heart. And then don't worry, Krishna will do the rest. It's not we are not in our power to come out from it. One disciple asked him, "Oh Gurudev, how will come out from Maya?" This is not your job, this is my job, don't worry. This is Guru's duty. So that was one thing. Emphasis on Harikatha. Second, to sing this Gaudiya Kirtan. When I remember first time I met him in 1999, we came to Govinda, Mathura, Keshati Gaudiya. There was, I think so, his Gurudev's appearance day or disappearance day is on the first day of Kartika, of the Parakesha Gosai Maharaj. So we went there. It was a big feast. I was completely new. I had just done initiation 5 days before or something like that. So we came there. Moni Maharaj, Singha Maharaj was there. We came to Keshati Gaudiya, and there temple was full, completely full. And they were doing full kirtan, one song after another. I had no idea, I never heard this thing, so it was kind of boring for me. So many songs, one song after another, so I did not understand it. And after it was a feast on the roof, I remember we were all sitting, and Srila Maharaj himself, he was walking through all the lanes and looking. Everybody has one puri, one chapati, everything. He was personally taking care that everything is okay. But I remember I didn't understand the value of singing all these songs. But they were singing with full, with full eagerness to sing all this. And what was singing, Govinda, Pulakashari, all this, he liked this. He was himself a very good singer also. Very good singer. So he liked and he encouraged everyone to sing, because what is inside these songs is the essence of all scriptures. If we have no brain to go into scripture, take one song. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written many songs where it's from in 4 or 5 verses is the whole philosophy inside, with feeling, with realization, with everything. So just sing this song. So he was really emphasizing, and he gave also this science to do that. You start with Mangalacharana. Start with actually Jayadvani, you should start and Mangalacharana, then sing Guru Vandana, then sing Vaishnava Vandana, then Gaur Nityananda, then Sharanagati Kirtan, then sing Radha Krishna's Kirtan, then sing Harikatha. This is the science. To bring out the rasa, if you just do what your mind says, those who are feeling will not feel happy. Those who have no realization, they can sing anything and everything. And those who feel, they will stand up and go. They cannot tolerate this. So this is a science, how to, because without the blessings of Gurudev, how you will go on. Without the blessings of Vaishnavas, the blessings of Gaunitananda, without Sharanagati, you cannot go to Vrindavan. So if you want to sing these Radha Krishna's kirtans, you have to take preparation to go there. And then Harinam is the highest. To chant Harinam is nothing is higher than Harinam. Dharmadya Sarvashreshta Nam Sankirtan Nirparada Nam Lai Pai Premadhan Chaitanya Chaitanya. All bhajans, highest is Nam Sankirtan. Together you sing the whole thing. But we have to prepare ourselves also for that. So he gave this science, very nice, and his Gurudev published a songbook, Gaudiya Giti Gucha. This had very, I don't know, at least 500-600 songs inside. Something like. It's only Bengali without translation, so it's no problem. They don't need translation. It's a small book. He published this, and Srila Maharaj started to publish this into English language. And he gave many songs. And now this is what our mission published in English. This is more or less the same. took that songbook which Maharaj translated, added something here and there, but published almost the same. But he did that work, and he understood this is necessary to go deep. Harikatha and Kirtan is a necessary part for those who are sincere, who really want to realize something, not just passing time. That is what he's doing. So he trained his disciples, he encouraged them, and he sent them out to preach. And so it was like exploding at that time. So he did a great, great service. Himself, he was traveling, I don't know how many times, maybe 10, 14 times around the whole globe. In his old age, he started. And everywhere he went, he was taking care of Srila Swami Maharaj's disciples and helping everyone. So he has done a great service for all of us. So at least we are happy to hear some of his glories and pray to his glories. He will bless us. We have said, twice he came to our Wienerbergstraße temple, and I remember he came with many devotees were following, 10, 15 devotees maybe came, and they were all busy, but he was not busy with anything, he was just chanting Hare. He came, he sat in his, went into the room, sitting and chanting, all were running, he was just chanting Hare. I remember this very clearly. And he encouraged his devotees not to make any temples, just do bhajans. Just go to bhajan, don't make any big temple. Then he came to our temple. After this, the devotees sent us the lecture from Odessa. He went to Odessa to Ukraine. And there he spoke, you should make a temple like India. He was very charmed by Muni Maharaj's nice temple, the street, everything like. Then he said, he changed his mind when he came there. He said, no, you should make a temple like India. Because necessary, we need a place, no? Sthana, there is a place you have the need for bhajan. Where you will do bhajan? We cannot, even in the houses in the West, where you can do bhajan. The neighbors will not allow you, you cannot cook, you cannot invite, cannot make kirtan. So necessary, place is necessary. And this is also, this is part of Shuddha Bhakti. To cook, to distribute, to do everything. They once, he said to his disciples, because they asked him, can we do Manasi Seva? Manasika Seva means service in the mind. And he said, if you can accept prasadam in your mind, and you're satisfied with that, then you can do also Manasika Seva. So if you're not satisfied with Manasika prasadam, then do some service with your body. He was working very hard, his whole life also. So that we should not become lazy. The Manasika Seva in our condition, this is just an excuse to be lazy. What is necessary, we do for Krishna. Temple is necessary, heating system is necessary, bhoga is necessary, cleaning is necessary, it's all necessary. Going to Arati is also necessary. It's not just for beginners. No, go to Arati. This is building our sanskara inside the heart. You have to go every day, go to Arati every day, go to all the programs and do everything. This is also all necessary. Others will become lazy only. Staying in the temple, and we saw who staying in the temple and don't do any service, they're just sitting in the room and pulling the japamala and chanting all we don't know. They all become crazy. Really crazy, and I've seen them. Why? Because everybody who will put 1 cent into this donation box, he will leave some of his sins also here. You can imagine how much sins come to this temple. So, where to go with these sins? So, if you not do any bhajan, not do any seva, it will come to you. And I saw it personally, 2, 3 cases. I saw some devotees, they think they're Babajis, they're Paramahansa, so they're just chanting the. Once I had to call the police for one of these Paramahansas. Bring him out, he became crazy. So who are living in the temple, they have to be active. They have to do something. Temple is like a tirtha. Tirtha means it's like a bathroom. Where you go and leave your dirt and go out clean. So temple is like this also. So who are staying here, they have to be active. Krishna will take care. Somebody will surrender, Krishna will take care. But somebody is not surrendering, he has to handle himself all these impurities. study all these things. So once they were in Mayapur, maybe WBA meeting or something, World Vaishnava Association meeting. So Guru Maharaj was speaking, and Niskin Samas told me he was their young brahmachari, he was the Guru. And Guru Maharaj was speaking, and then he saw Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj, and he started speaking. How he is speaking all these high topics to these beginners. He was starting, not 1-2 minutes, 20 minutes he was like speaking, and Niskin Samas became very spoiled to do what Guru Maharaj was speaking very strong. So Srila Narayana Maharaj always accepted, because his Guru's God, he always respected his words. And Guru Maharaj never spoke with envy, never spoke with some bad feeling, just he spoke the truth, nothing else. And the next day there was another program, same. Then Guru Maharaj again got the mic. Niskin Maharaj was feeling, what will he speak today? Then he was speaking, Amara Jivana, Sadapapirata, Naiko Punyalation. My whole life, I'm only doing sins. I only give problems to others. It's like Guru Maharaj completely changed. But like this, once, when they met, whenever they met, their faces blew. They were so happy to meet each other. But that is a relationship between Vaishnavas. Can be something strong, but there is no envy, there is no malice, no bad feeling like this. Once Guru Maharaj was in Vrindavan, Muni Maharaj told me he was with him. They had a panel program at the bank of the Jamuna, and they spotted our Guru Maharaj. Every day he went to Jamuna Puja, and they asked him, please come to the stage and speak some words. Guru Maharaj came and he started speaking very heavily. He said, your Gyan will not help you. You don't become big scholars and give big lectures. Your Gyan will not help you. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is more powerful than Gopal Mantra. He's speaking very. Many became one sannyasi from Narayana. He was there, he told me. Many of my godbrothers, they became angry because Guru Maharaj was hammering them. But Sri Narayana, he accepted. And he said after himself, yes, your Gyan will not help you. Gyan will not help. We don't become Gyanis, we have to become Bhaktas. Just learning some shlokas and learning some lila that I am going to preach, this is not preaching. Preaching is done 80% or maybe 90% by your personality, not by your words. This is just something, the words. So many they become little angry, but Sri Maharaj, he accepted. He was happy actually. Because himself he told him, you all become Gyanis. Just studying, but we have to also realize, we have to practice, we have to do it. This bhakti, this knowledge, what we hear is not for learning and give class. Our Guru Maharaj never liked that the preachers sitting in the room and learning shlokas by heart that they can speak after. He never liked this. They should learn for themselves. Learn, he wanted everybody, he wanted us also, he told us once, we're not Haribol Sampradaya, just Haribol. We have so much knowledge here, but not to speak, but to practice. To practice in your own life, and then whenever you speak, what is coming is coming. By the grace of Guru and by the grace of Bhagavatam and the grace of Govinda. So anyhow, many nice leaders there, we spent a lot of time together. Great Vaishnavas, and Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. He has done really a great service to the mankind, to the whole world. He sacrificed his life for this. Translated so many books. From Bengali to Hindi, he translated volumes after volumes. He was always engaged, and then after his disciples translated from Hindi to English, and he was so many books. He wanted also then to be distributed. Maybe we are very fortunate that he came here doing this. Especially for the English-speaking world, he opened a complete area, new area for the Vaishnava Premanande, Dev ki jai, Gopal ki jai. And especially like Radha was saying, at least few moments.
Ja, das klingt auch wirklich toll. Ja.
Oh, hey.